Hi, it's Veronica with the Crafty Oasis. Today I wanted to go over how to create a clickable appointment link in your Google Calendar for free, whether you have a business account or whether it's for personal use. If you have the free account, you have a workspace, and so I'm going to actually show you how to do that. This will help prevent the back and forth of, oh, I'm available this day, actually I need to change it for this. So that way you can send your availability as the business owner or on a personal use, and then they can just choose the appointment and everything's confirmed. There are emails sent out, and of course if you need to change the time, it's very easy. So this is what it would look like. I know it's going to be hard to see. This is what it'll look like on the phone when they're navigating. They scroll up, they can see the times for as far into the future as you put. So the blue ones are the days that are available, and then the other ones are not available. So you set all of that up on the back end, and that's what I'm going to show you. So we're going to hop over into Google Calendar and get started. Okay, once we're logged into Google and we go to Drive, or from the Google homepage, you click on the 9 dots and then go down and select Calendar. That will open your Calendar app. Okay, so now that we're in Google Calendar, what I like to do is go ahead and start with a clean slate. So I uncheck birthdays, tasks, and holidays. I don't really like to have anything that I didn't put on my calendar. So now we have that blank slate. I'm going to head over to Settings, which is the gear, and scroll down and select Settings. And then this allows you to really customize your preferences based on your business. So first and foremost, I make sure that the time zone is correct, and then I update things like guest list, who can invite others, and other guest permissions. And then I look at the format settings. So the default duration is 60 minutes, and if you're doing this for online consultations, which initially I set this calendar up for when I was launching my virtual assisting business, but I have shifted the booking link specifically for my notarization business. So for consultation calls, whether that's for notarization or for virtual assisting, they are 30 minutes, and so that's what you'll see the duration of for this calendar. Then you can turn on alerts. I don't like to have any notifications on. I find them really distracting, and honestly, I don't log in and stay logged into my accounts. And so here we see the view options. If you have tasks on there, maybe you want to check that. You can show weekends. I do start my week on Sundays. I don't follow a traditional calendar that like Monday through Friday, or that follows a bank schedule. I work more irregular hours based on my life around homeschooling and my husband's schedule. So I'm very part-time, and those hours are limited. So I set it up accordingly. That's actually going to be set up a little bit later in the video, but some of those settings are going to be here in this as well. Okay, so then I make sure to delete the birthday calendar, and I don't have anyone on my team. I'm a solopreneur currently, so if I ever have a team, maybe I would add birthdays there so that I can keep track of my team's birthdays and help celebrate them, but at this moment I don't. So now I am going to calendar settings for the default calendar, and I didn't change it here, but when I scrolled up at the top, I could change the name of how the calendar appears to others. And so I have since done that. It's changed to my remote liaison, and that way I know that's my bookable calendar with the link, and I'll show you what I mean in a little bit. Versus the other one, I created a liaison team. Even though it's just me right now, I still have different types of appointments that are color-coded on the liaison team. So you'll see that I am playing with colors for the different calendars, and you do that by clicking on the three dots and it'll show a color panel. So you can select how you want those to appear on the back end for you from an administrative point of view. Okay, so you'll notice that I changed it to consultation call, and I'm going to assign this a color, and you can do the same thing. So I always write down the colors when I'm setting up my calendar. If you hover over the color, you'll see the word like we just did, and you can figure out which color works best for your purposes. So this is the calendar settings for the bookable link. So on Google, when you have just a regular free account, whether it's for business or personal, you can actually create a bookable link for appointments. And so this allows you to send out that link. Now, for the free account, you do have to only have one appointment type. So, for instance, if that's consultation calls, the other appointments for that link can't deviate. You can still, of course, if you create other calendars within Google Calendar, still send invites and things like that. It's just not a bookable link where they can see times that are mutually available for both of you, and that helps you to prevent the back and forth of, hey, I'm available this day, when are you available, and things like that. So here I put a little description if I ever do have a team, and just for my own purposes, so I can have those systems and processes in place. Just a little description. I then created a different calendar and named it Liaison Team, and as I mentioned before, the first calendar that I created that's titled Consultation Call in this video is the one that's the bookable link, and then the Liaison Team is the other one that allows us to look at a glance at everything we have going on the client-facing side and administrative side and things like that, marketing, etc. Now this is where we get into actually creating the bookable link. So back on the main calendar page, we'll check the consultation call, scroll down on create to appointment schedule, and then we will title it. So again, all of the bookable appointments have to be one type for the free account. So I've titled mine consultation call, and this is where you go and you set the duration for the appointments. 30 minutes is my call, as I mentioned earlier in the video. And then you just set your availability for the week. So my availability is very part-time and different, but you can manipulate each and every day. And then also, let's say normally you operate from 10 to 3 on Saturdays, but every other Saturday you have something going on where you wouldn't be available. You can change a specific date's availability below, or it says adjusted availability, and then there's that oval that says change dates availability. You can click on that and adjust and manipulate individual dates. And so this also allows you to set, how many appointments you'd like in a certain amount of time, how far in advance clients can book you, and things like that. So I think it's really important to set this up at the beginning, and of course as time goes on you'll probably adjust it, but that way you have your systems and processes in place, and I can't stress that enough. That way you start getting clients and you're not fumbling. You have the continuity every single time, and so you can also change when those appointments are available as far as dates. So if you only want to go to the end of the calendar year because we don't know what's going to happen in the future, right? You can do that. You just have a lot of flexibility. So this is where you set all of that up. Next, we're going to look at booked appointment settings. So this allows you to have a buffer time in between appointments. These are for consultation calls, so of course they're going to be either a phone call or a video chat, but you still might want to have some time to clean up your notes or complete your file for that client before you move on, and I would recommend that. As someone who's worked in a call center setting in the past, it is very helpful. And then of course guest permissions, minimum or maximum bookings per day, things like that. Once you're satisfied with all of your settings, then you'll go ahead and click next or save. And as you can see, I'm updating my hours last. So I'm going to just show you my availability for this. So even though I mentioned that my weeks start on Sunday, if I'm seeing people in person, let's say for notarizations, I'm doing that on Sundays is one of the days I do that on. But for consultation calls, I actually have Sundays. I have Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays kind of set aside for that now. I have since changed the flow, but again, that'll happen. The way you initially set up your availability probably won't be the same as time goes on, but you just only can learn that as you go and have clients and progress in your business and in life. Have availability set up, we want to click next, and this is where we can actually add booking page photo and name. So I did figure out how to change that. Then you can select how and where to meet. You can just leave that open if you don't want to include the link right there, because in the description you can actually add a link. There's a symbol for that to the right. The second to last symbol allows you to add, say, a Google Meet link or a Zoom or FaceTime, however you're going to video chat, if you are in fact video chatting. So I just put a message that the client will see once they book the appointment, and that way it's another touch point. It also sometimes will cover things like how to prepare for the appointment or what the next steps are. So I think that the description is a place that people might overlook, but you can actually really do a lot of preparation and provide great customer service here, because it can answer some questions that people have. It can help put them at ease for the appointment and help it flow smoothly. Then you also have that documentation for the systems and processes again, so that there's no guessing game every single time you book that appointment. Now for booking form, I don't personally use that myself, but you definitely can. So if you click on that, you can add, have pre-populated questions, you can add an item. It's really up to you, but I myself, if I include a form, like a client intake form and things like that, I will actually have that linked in the description. And most of the time my flow is you actually don't get a calendar link until I've already received and reviewed the client intake form. So sometimes there might be additional forms that you need. And so once you set everything up, then you can go ahead and you have the link live, and you can open booking page so that you can see how it looks for customers, which we're going to do. So you just select open booking page, and now it shows you all of the time slots that are available. So we've got Thursday the 21st at 3, 4. So these are mutually available. So the client, when they go to book, cannot book any time frames that you've blocked out as unavailable. It will only show up the availability that you've set, and as people book, it'll automatically take that time off so that you won't be double booked in that regard. It's very helpful. Then you can close that out. You can also look at the overview, so whichever calendars you have checked on the left where I have consultation call, only those calendars will show. So if I had the liaison team checked as well, I would show that. And then if you click on the actual time or the link, it'll allow you to either open the booking page again or send an invite via link. So you can send that, and then this shows if someone booked it, which is very helpful, and of course it blocks out that time. So hopefully this helped you in setting up your own booking page in Google Calendar, and if it did, please share and save, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.